everybody, and welcome to Half the Brain, the podcast that has half the brain you do and half the facts you do. It's your good self, Danny Barrett, here, the host with the most, aka Evil Baz, aka I can't remember the rest of my wrestling names. Dirty Easy, there we go, Dirty Easy. And as always, I'm joined by Mr. Ferry Tunk, aka Now. How are we doing, love? You all right?
Yes, very well, thank you. Very well. How's yourself?
Stuff. Not bad, not bad. Have you seen anything recently this month in the world of wrestling?
Very recently. He's back, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, our guest, we'll introduce our guest and we'll get to that in a moment then, because I know we were talking about this in the chat the other day, me and our guest. So we'll bring up some of that. So joining us this time is a man I could only describe as a talker, a lover of the sport as well, of wrestling. Mr. Martin Battle from the band Incisions. How are we doing? Love you all right?
Yes, excellent.
What's your what wrestling name are we going with? Big League, Major League, Martin Battle, or
Summertime
Martin Battle? Yeah. I like it. I like it.
I do start dressing accidentally more summery. As I'm sort of pushing 40, started fucking wearing
shorts more than vests.
Yeah, just dressing for the sun to keep as cool as I can.
Nice. Right, well, yeah, let's get to that then. Now, you saw Collision. Me and you saw Collision Battle. We were having a chat about this. Neil Warnock's back in AEW. Everybody, the biggest moaner I've ever seen's back.
Billy Mitchell.
He just what a bitch. I mean, like, I know Tony Khan's a bit of a bitch for not really doing much about it, but like, he just came back to a big fanfare and actually did nothing and said nothing. But it's where they go from here now, I don't know. It just seemed like a show of bitches, Collision. It's just like all the people who whinge will put you on Collision. So Miro, Alilo, Punk, FTR. You can all go on. What's the lady?
It might end up getting very like NWO.
Exactly.
Do you know where it's just loads of guys all just coming to the ring, getting the shit in and like shouting a catchphrase? It's just going to look like that, isn't it? Soft. Can we swear?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, soft bunts. Like, and the fact he's caught like. The fact that CM Punk called someone else soft that gets me, because he's just always moaning, isn't he?
Always.
He's like a fucking silly old woman. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a gardener at my work, and I always make sure if I'm going for lunch or just nipping outside for some fresh air or whatever, he's not there because he somehow racists you. Do you know what I mean? Or like, you don't want to get into a conversation with him.
Oh, because you become racist while talking to him.
Yeah, it's never a nice conversation if he's not saying stuff like that out of nowhere. He just talks to you about dog shit or someone's broke into his van or something like that.
Random shit you got no interest in.
Yeah, that's what he's just a moaning get, isn't he?
Yes.
What's his gimmick?
I think that's it. At the minute, I think he's trying to be Bret Hart, like he was liked in Canada and hated in America. So I think at the minute he's going to go for he's loved in Chicago, but he's hated around the rest of the world, and hopefully that'll work. But,
he'll be injured in 2 weeks.
Exactly. That's probably like give it 2 months. He'll be injured. He'll be out for 5 and 6 months, and then come back again to another. They're going to have to invent another new show because they'll be pissed off with everybody on Collision.
So what Tony Khan should have done with all this is let him back in, but only if he was highly gimmicked. So do you know, like back in the old days, they used to give gimmicks as like punishments.
Yeah.
So give him,
put him in polka dots or something.
Change his name to like Funtime Phil and put him in like a cowboy costume, but that's multicoloured, and get him coming out dancing to disco music, blowing bubbles. And see how professional he is then. See how what old school and professional he is then dealing with that.
We could have him do a series of promos, call him YCMA, and have him come out as every character every week from the Village People.
Just thought, Cowboy Man Punk works, doesn't it?
Cowboy Man. Oh well, I mean AEW have already got a lot of cowboy men. Maybe Cop Man Punk, and he comes out as a policeman, but he's like the big boss man colours, and all that sort of stuff. Proper 80s like looking policeman. But with a twist, wherever they go around the world, he has to dress as the local law enforcement. So if he's in Canada, he comes out as a Mountie. Over here, he comes out as a Bobby. It'd work well, that.
I can't remember who it was on Twitter. It was an AEW wrestler. It might have been Daddy Magic, but he called CM Punk and FTR the Bret Hart weirdos.
They are though. Like FTR, I don't get what they're whinging about. They every 5 minutes they seem to be leaving the company and they're going somewhere else, and then all of a sudden they're not. And they just seem to want the belts. They're giving them the belts, and all right, we're happy now. We're staying here. But the minute they take the belts off them and give it to somebody else, they'll be whinging about, well, we're going back to the WWE. We're not like to. Like what? You can't be the champions all the time, lads. Like Bob
and chaps quicker than you could say.
Shooting guns off the back of a fucking horse. Young gun. What was it? The Smoking Guns too. Billy Gunn is the manager.
It was good on a. I'd tell you what was good in that match. I was watching it with my wife, and she's sometimes proper like. Not as often as me. She's not as vocal watching it as I am. But when Samoa Joe first up to CM Punk, she actually got proper into it and was like, "Go on, hit him." She wanted Joe to batter him. It just proper tickled me because I get like that quite often sometimes.
Oh yeah, I do. Like when I get right into a match and it's going on and it's becoming obvious this is a great match. I'm like, go on, man, go on. For the one I want to win, like. But yeah, I have to keep quiet sometimes. I remember the first ECW revival. I was living in Manchester at the time that was on, and I bought the pay-per-view. I was watching it live, and my neighbours came round from below and were like, "Can you keep the noise down, please?" This was like 2:30 in the morning, so. Yeah, I can be a bit loud sometimes when I'm watching it, especially on my own.
I'm like that, especially when a dusty finish is coming as well. That just sends me over the fucking edge. That I can see it coming a mile off, and it's still every time.
There's a lot of heat over there. The dusty finish. Right, this month we are going to be talking about the best and the worst entrances. Now, this is a tough one, I must admit, but I've ended up with a massive list on both sides, so I'm going to have to whittle it down whilst we chat. But, Mr. Mighty Battle, seeing as you are our guest, I will allow you the first one, and we'll go with the good first. We'll start with the good, so give us your first good entrance.
Right, I'll go with the one that I've got that's from my own experience. I took my daughter watching wrestling at the Wigan Youth Zone, do you like local wrestling type thing? And it was very. There's an indie wrestling federation in Wigan called GPW, which is of a good standard.
Right.
So we just go to that quite often, and you see a lot of them fellas from that are in that NXT UK and stuff. This was very much a pantomime one. Right. So we went to it, and it was like in a youth hall, a ring set up. There were lots of like sort of special schools there and stuff like that. There was pop and crisps on. There weren't a bar for dads or anything. There was like a Titantron that was just literally just like a load of like sort of scaffolding, just plonked. And the ring announcer, he like explained each match, and he explained it as if for people who'd never watched wrestling before. Do you know what I mean? He even went so much just to point out which entrances you boo, and which entrances you cheer from. So the heel came out. There's a couple of matches in, so everyone cottoned on to what was going on. And the heel came out, and he was blatantly the heel, come on to like rock music and was giving it at the crowd, shouting at them and stuff. like grimacing, and then back in black played.
Right.
And everyone looked to the babyface entrance to see who was going to be walking. And out came this fella who's about like, I don't know, his early 50s, doing his fly up. Doing his fly up, and he'd been the bogs that was on the hallway, and he must have took the wrong door coming in. And it was one, because when you went for a piss, you could see the wrestlers like in the hallway, looking through the thing. And he must have just took the wrong door back in and walked out. And some kids cheered him as if he was a wrestler. Honestly, I was crying, laughing for about an hour because someone shouted at him as well in this dead squeaky voice, "What a daft bloody pillock!" It absolutely did, mate.
Oh God! So is that what you're picking?
That's one. But one we can discuss, I'll throw in quickly, is a Gronk at WrestleMania when there was no crowd. Have you ever seen that?
Is that the one where he gets pushed off? Oh, he falls off, dives off.
It's a promo before actual WrestleMania, and there's Mojo Rawley in the ring with Michael Cole. Mojo Rawley's just changed his gimmick, and he's just started smacking Michael Cole on the ass and acting like he's done like 6 bumps of coke. And he introduces Rob Gronkowski, who I didn't even know. I only know Gronk from this.
Exactly, same here.
Gronk, and this ridiculous cheesy dance music plays, and he comes out and he just starts dancing, but then he stops and then he starts doing a hard man dance, and then he does a hard man walk, and you can hear Mojo Rawley pissing his sides in ring and clapping, and there's no crowd, bear in mind, with all this. Yeah. And then he does like a weird pole dance on the ring post, like a sexy pole dance, and then gets in the ring and then cuts a promo.
That COVID WrestleMania was weird. That was the one with
that's honestly my most watched entrance on YouTube. Like, honestly, hand on heart.
That's madness. that COVID Mania though was weird. That was the Edge and Randy Orton one that went around the building on it, and all you could hear was them breathing really heavily after like 20 minutes.
They called it the world's greatest wrestling match or something, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, no one really likes it, did they?
They had the gall to call it that, and it was actually pretty shitty. Oh well, who would have thunk that?
Yeah. It took you too much into Vince McMahon's mind, I think. The lockdown where they were just oh God,
too much. Like that Survivor Series where everyone was running around Titan Towers trying to get the fucking. Was it Survivor Series or Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank, wasn't it?
Money in the Bank, yeah. And fucking who was it who got thrown off?
Otis won it. Otis from Oldham. Oldham's champion.
Yeah, this is the discussion we have off air, but me and you have decided where every WWE superstar has come from in the UK, and we have decided Otis comes from Oldham. We have seen too many people from Oldham who look a bit too much like Otis, for us not to say he's from this fair town. But that whole Mania was weird. So you're going with Gronk's entrance at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
nice. Niall, can you top that? Have you got any comment on that one for a start, Niall?
I can tell you that I once got worked at a local wrestling show, and I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
So it was Mega Slam Wrestling. They came to Derby, and my missus had got me tickets for Christmas, so I went along. And it was like you said, Battle, the whole, like, this is the team, you're the good team, this is the bad team.
Yeah. Like
a little ref, like, doing all the work and stuff. And it got, like, through the night. They'd knocked out the ref, and they were saying, the ref's from Derby, and all this sort of stuff. So, local shit. And he came back in right at the end and, like, decimated all the heels. Like, I walked out, I was like, He ain't from fucking Derby, is it? Keep saying this at fucking Western Supermare and fucking Middlesbrough. I'm so mad at myself.
This guy's from Great Yarmouth.
Yeah. But yeah, best. I struggled with this one a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
I've got 3.
Right.
I'm going to go with Kenny Omega's Terminator entrance at Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh. Well, I like. Yeah, I'll give. I think what I'll do there is I'll put Japanese entrances in that because I was going to pick a Japanesey type one, but I've left it out. But it's an introduction of Great Muta in a federation run by Tajiri, which names escapes me at the minute. But basically, Tajiri's about to fight a guy. The guy doesn't want to fight Tajiri. So he's got a genie lamp and he's rubbing the lamp and he throws it down on the ground and just the arena fills with smoke. And then it all gets sucked out into like one direction and the Great Muta's like stood there and it just looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. But all the Japanese entrances, especially Wrestle Kingdom, they put that effort into the entrances definitely over there. Like some of them are amazing.
Yeah, because Omega did like his own video as well, didn't he? Like the Terminator video where he's getting the boots, the clothes, the motorcycle, the half metal thing. It was just
the jacket and everything as well. Yeah.
Japanese NJPW, especially at Wrestle Kingdom, they go like balls to the wall, man.
Yeah, definitely. And like
Terminator makes an appearance in one of my lists for me worst.
Oh shit! I knew someone would have one of mine. I knew it. Every month.
No, don't worry. I've got something written.
I've got plenty more.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. He'll be in my honorable mention pile in the bad one. But yeah, we'll get to that. So you're right. You're going with the Terminator engine. For my first good one, I'm going to pick a recent one, and I'm going to go with the Acclaim. Because there's something about him still that is just making me fucking wet myself laughing. Max Caster's great at rapping and especially keeping on topic and fitting it all into a rap.
Yeah.
Then you've got Bowen's like Scissor Me Daddy Ass, the Acclaimed have arrived. All that.
Bowen's just funny faces are enough, aren't they?
Well, yeah, you could just cut the music off, just watch it muted, and just watch Bowen's face. And it's still hilarious.
I used to watch Dark and Dark Elevation, mate.
Yeah.
And I miss them that they're not still on because sometimes I found it funny. You got to, so me and Emma watched it and we watched the Acclaimed as when they were like jobbers, really.
Yeah, when they first came into AEW and were just thrown together, and that their first match on Dark is their tryout match for AEW, really.
And it's
as well.
We knew there come a time that they do a face turn because they were just like so entertaining when they come on. They fought on one of them, Bear Country, and Anthony Bowens did one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And they were fighting. Have you seen Bear Country? These two big,
two big lads, like Viking really.
Well, he was doing his spiel on the microphone, like going everywhere. That was it. He shouts out. He going, everyone loves, and one of the Bear fellas grabbed him by the throat, and he went down the mic and went to when he was getting strangled. It was just brilliant. Not many could have pulled that off and been funny. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, but I really enjoy him every time I hear the sort of like, for the start of him. I'm like, I'm up on my feet, and I'm hoping they're at Wembley. Definitely.
It's funny explaining to somebody who knows wrestling, who's watched wrestling before. And hasn't seen AEW before. It's funny showing them the Acclaimed because you have to explain why Mr. Ass is there and why he's Daddy Ass and what is going on. Do you know what I mean? Why is Billy Gunn like doing? He's called Daddy Ass now.
It doesn't pass the sort of like one paragraph test, really. No. I think you'd be in the lift. You'd be in the lift for a long time explaining that one. You know, you'd be going up a few floors explaining the lore of the Acclaimed at this point, but. It makes for just one of the funniest fucking things going on TV at the minute, and it pops me every fucking time, and has been doing for the last year. Like it's not. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Have you got a second one then, Bal? For good.
I always liked as a kid.
Yeah.
In WCW, Vader, when he come out with that big metal thing.
The metal mask, the Vader helmet thing with the smoke, and he put it on the ground and like,
that
can be coming out, just bouncing behind it. Fucking get him.
That terrified me as a kid. That is. It was brilliant.
I know exactly what you mean. I was a bit put off by it as a kid, definitely. But yes, that's a fucking good one, man. That's a good one.
When he had his mate with him as well, with Ali Race, with
Ali Race.
And he was terrifying as well, wasn't he? Because he still looked dead hard, even though he's an old granddad, did he?
Oh, yeah, fucking! I tell you what, go to Bolton, you'll see some women who look like Ali Race.
I was just gonna say, Vader is death. I've seen Vader in Lee many times.
Yeah, Vader is a Wigan lad. Definitely.
He has his own stool near the bar. He doesn't move. He moves there twice a night to have a piss.
There's dents in the floor where his bar stool is. Have you got a second one now? Have you got a list of any more for the good?
I'm torn between two, but I'm going to go with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 20 when he came back as the Dead Man.
As the Dead Man. I've got OG Undertaker, but I was going to talk about him coming back as well because I saw him in a house show at Manchester, the MEN Arena, and as soon as that gong hit, I was the loudest thing in that room. I was screaming like a little Japanese schoolgirl. It was amazing. But yeah, I had the OG Undertaker gong entrance, slow walk, especially with the bearer and the urn back in the day on the telly. That was
because that's what kicked it off at Mania 20 before the gong, wasn't it? It was bearer.
Oh yes!
And everyone was like,
"What? Who did he fight at 20? Was it Ric Flair?"
Kane.
Yeah, Kane.
It was Kane. Yeah, and it was because it was bald Kane because he like buried him alive in 2003, the Survivor Series 2003.
I'll tell you what. In recent day, they used that fucking Undertaker entrance to kill some time, though, didn't they?
Oh fucking hell!
Jesus Christ! It was taking him like 8 minutes, and Cole ran out of like bollocks to say, didn't he?
Well, that's the good thing about the Undertaker's entrance as well. The good thing about it is the commentators can sort of step back and then come back and go goosebumps. You know, they could just show up for the entire thing, not have to say anything, and just come back and go, "Oh, I've got goosebumps. Look at that. Oh, I'm chilled to my bones."
One of my favourite Taker promos was that one where he obviously ends it with "rest in peace," but he's like, "Rest in peace."
My favourite Undertaker one promo is the one where he talks about him and the Big Show going into the desert and skinning 2 cats and him going to give a Big Show enough petrol to get one way, and he just rambles on for about 20 minutes. It's fucking stupid.
Did you ever see the series they put out on the network about him?
What, The Undertaker?
The Last Ride series?
Yeah, I did watch that. Yeah.
Just sitting around the house going, "I didn't really like that match. I want another. Yeah, I didn't really like that one either. Let's have another."
It's Michelle McCool kept coming into the room with rollerblades saying, "Come on, love, I'm loving life. Are you not fancy coming out on your rollerblades with me?" And he was like, "No, I think I've got one more match in me."
Fucking hell. It was bad, wasn't it, when he come on to that big fanfare as he was older and he'd take his hat off and fucking like Axl Rose was there, wasn't he? Just, you know, that in them Saudi matches and that.
Oh, that's just. Oh. Shawn Michaels has just ruined his legacy as well with them Saudi matches as well. There we go. Anyway,
never wrestle again. Never, ever.
Well, look at this dump truck full of money they just brought up to my house. Right, I've got to mention these that I've got on my list. Curryman from TNA. He's hot. He's spicy. He tastes great.
Who played him?
Christopher Daniels.
Was it?
Yeah.
No way.
Konnichiwa. Yeah. Christopher Daniels was Curryman. Big Daddy.
Yeah.
I tell you. He had the crowd pumping, especially when you heard that brass band playing. He shall not be moved.
He walked out holding hands with a load of kids, didn't he?
Yeah.
Who were they? They won a raffle or something? Or?
I think probably, yeah. Local kids who've won a raffle to meet Big Daddy. I've sent enough tokens in from Beezer, the comic, every week to meet Big Daddy. And just for my own personal one, this one, the masterpiece, Chris Masters. Absolutely perfect entrance where he started off on the Bruce Forsyth pause and then he started and he's doing the pauses to the like really slow classical
like
music.
Lex Luger had one like that, didn't he?
When he was the narcissist.
Yeah, well, they did it in WCW. I remember, and he didn't. He wasn't like as impressive. He was just like a leathery man. Right.
WCW had the tendency to do that, mate. Not these people aren't impressive; they're just leathery men.
Oh God, I'll bring it up now because I've got it written down. What I think one of the worst entrances you'll ever see is Shane McMahon at WrestleMania a few years ago when he come running on with his sons.
Oh God, yeah, and they're all dressed like
watch
him.
it. That he has 3 sons, and they're all taking it seriously. Like they're gonna have a fight.
Moves like the fast beat and stuff like that, and you're like, get off the stage, you little twerps.
Yeah, and that was meant to be a babyface cheer. Why are we gonna cheer this fucking multi-millionaire and his brat sons? Like, what? That doesn't resonate with the working men and women.
These children will never know struggle.
It's like former tag team champion Nicholas as well. I didn't care for that much.
Yeah. Although Michael Cole's commentary did kill me when Cesaro tagged him in and Cole went, Nicholas is legal! Nicholas is legal! I've started warming to Michael Cole a bit more. Now I've stopped watching it.
No, I'm sorry, but I said this in the group chat the other day. I will never, ever like that man. After watching Collision as well with Kevin Kelly, I was just brought back to like 1997 and the pair of them going, it didn't change from the DOA really good. The
thing is with Michael Cole is it's just Vince McMahon. It is just Vince McMahon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just it's Vince McMahon.
I think he does, but also at the same time, I think he also gets egged on by the rest of them, and he thinks stuff saying like "boss time" and those kind of little things he does. Like he's so
that's definitely a Vince, isn't that? The boss.
Do you think the boss time?
You can hear it in his voice every time he has to say it. He's like
boss time,
boss time.
It's like Big Dog as well, isn't it?
The big dog. That is I mean, I think a lot of them are probably Vince has come up with them, but over time, Cole's got like, oh, I know when to say this, I know when to say this, I don't want to do this. And he doesn't at the end of the day. And I think a lot of the Vince in his ear is just remember to say this or remember to say that about this storyline. I don't think he's getting as bollocked anymore because after those videos got leaked, I'm getting absolutely bollocked.
I'll tell you what is rubbish in WWE that they do now on entrances. Them like graphics.
The CGI things.
Have you seen the Andy Orton one that looks like a poo emoji, like a shit piece of shit emoji? It's meant to be a snake, and it's like a curly turd.
Yeah, I know. The fucking
move that shit out of the way and let us watch the entrance. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but one of them looked like a graphic WCW used for Halloween Havoc, and I was like, "What? I've seen that before. It's Halloween Havoc 1998. I'm sure
we own it. Use it."
Yeah.
Gunther's in WWE now is a really good one.
Yes, I will give it. Yes.
It's you can tell they've worked on that, and it's like quite choreographed.
Yeah, the whole Imperium entrance is like with the Kaiser guy. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, though, they're the shadow of the team they were in NXT.
Really?
That was before NXT.
The two guys to be like jokes, haven't they? They've made them like comedy villains. Like,
fucking
yeah, good at
NXT though. Absolutely brilliant.
Because I thought there was 4 of them when they were in NXT. Am I wrong?
there was
Oh, there's only 3.
Is there? All right.
There's rumours of a 4th coming though. That guy out of NXT who's a Russian who Walter had a match with. I can't think of his name.
I'm not as up on my current WWE. I'm gonna have to get sort of back into it unwillingly. I think at the minute.
Ravishing Rick Rude's entrance was one wasn't it?
Yes. What I want right now is for all you Chicago sweat hogs.
Any entrance where the guy gets a mic and tells to cut the music. The music is
cut my music.
Cut the music. MJF says it, doesn't he, as well?
I was going to put Umaga's down just for Alejandro Estrada. Just when he first debuted Umaga, he had Alejandro Estrada sort of like do a, my name is Alejandro Estrada, and this is Umaga. And like people started joining in on him. And I don't think the WWE wanted that. So after a few weeks, they just scrapped that. They were like, stop doing that now. But for a few weeks, it was like, this is fucking brilliant. Look at this.
It's like Rusev Day, isn't it? Like Rusev Day, people were enjoying it. People were enjoying Aiden English's singing, weren't they?
That was it. The best thing about Rusev Day was Aiden English.
Yeah.
Like, Miro's not setting the world on fire on his own now, is he? Like, if he had... I don't get me wrong, he's good. He's great. He's a good wrestler, but the whole thing about Rusev Day was Aiden English singing.
Yeah.
Really, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kept turning up singing for him, didn't he?
Yeah. It was just like, what is going on? This is like bizarre. We've never seen anything sort of like this, really. What is happening here? But it was just a bloke turning up and singing for this other guy. You're like, what?
Just going back to Ravishing Rick Rude, I think the entrance that we all remember was against Jake the Snake.
Oh, with his missus' face on his tights.
That is fucking next level heel shit.
That's some heel shit, that, I tell you.
Ravishing Rick Rude, what a guy.
What a mustache and a mullet that man had. Fuck me.
Hogan's NWO one I always found funny.
Well, the fucking Jimi Hendrix one.
Which is when all of them piled out, when they had fucking Vincent, all of them. Well, let me out now.
Well, we're getting into the bad now, so I have definitely got the NWO on my bad list, because after a while, after a pay-per-view of watching that, and you like 7 or 8 guys are in the NWO, and you're watching a pay-per-view, and every single match has that fucking music and the at the start, and it all gets to black and white and sort of like cuts out on the side. You just get sick of seeing the fucking thing. Like, I didn't mind the DX one in WWE, where it was like, are you ready? Boom, boom. And you see the coppers running and like that cutting in and stuff. That was fine. But after a while, the NWO turning black and white, just sick of fucking hearing that shit.
I almost had that. I almost had the WWE one, like NWO, in my bad list, because it was just the same thing, wasn't it? Like going in slow motion, turning black and white, the bit of DX light sort of stuff.
Yeah, but they're not what I'm picking. I've got them on my bad list. But it should be noted, the NWO was terrible at all times.
So is Triple H as Terminator? Niall, have you got that as one of your worst ones?
Yeah, WrestleMania 31.
Yes. Now that he thinks that about himself, doesn't he? That is a journey into his actual mind, Triple H. He thinks of himself as the Terminator. Because if you remember that match, he came down, didn't he, and like sort of beat Sting, didn't he? And the NWO turned up at that, didn't they? Yeah, all the fucking shot knees and bad backs. And they had to walk to get to the ring. It was like one of the big WrestleMania entrances, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It took Nash and Scott all about 20 minutes.
DX are in it as well. The rest of DX are in that one as well. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Fucking awful.
Kevin Nash walking down there going one quad in front of the other. One quad in front of the other.
Slowly does it, one at a time.
Sting, who the match was meant to be for, just got a few like lads hitting fucking giant bongos, and then he just walked out. That was Sting's entrance.
Yeah.
Triple H rinsed the
Giant
budget.
bongos.
Arnold Schwarzenegger don't come cheap either, does he? He's on it.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah. I'll just film a bit of the Terminator 2 for you, mate. Refilm that.
And he was a heel. He was a heel, so the fans didn't like. What did he think? What?
I've written down all Triple H's at WrestleMania entrances.
Yeah, no one wants it, do they?
No, it's 10 minutes of bollocks. The one
Oh
against
Jesus! I've just remembered the fucking motorbike one.
the Seth Rollins one. That was just what I'm about to say. The fucking motorbikes where the coppers are coming down in front of him, and he's on this unicycle with fucking not a unicycle, tricycle with fucking Stephanie on the back, and just really slowly. Oh, the one where he's sat on the throne and Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and I think it's Becky, take off all his fucking finery, and he's just sat there with a gold. They're all shit. I don't think he's come up with a good one ever.
I've just remembered the tricycle one where Steph thinks she's the fucking extra from Mad Max 3.
Oh, that's the other. Is that the same one where she stood on the fucking building like shouting at the start? Oh, fuck off! Yeah. All of his entrances at WrestleMania are shit. All of them.
Triple H.
Fucking Sting's entrance at Survivor Series was more dramatic than his fucking WrestleMania entrance.
Oh, he just appeared in ring, did he?
Yeah. Lights went out, and it's like, boom, here's Sting. It's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's
like, well.
That one Mania with the Japanese
brought him in
bongos.
just so Triple H could beat him.
Oh, fucking that's all they did.
It's childish, that, isn't it?
They brought him in thinking we'll get him versus Undertaker. And I bet Undertaker said, nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm all right. So they're all right. Where do we go now? Triple H. Yeah, Triple H will be fine. And we ended up with that match.
Vince's ECW when Vince McMahon won the ECW title and he entered on Raw the next night. That's a good entrance.
With his do-rag.
Yeah. And he does like a walk, right? And it's like he tries walking like do you know in Austin Powers where they go to prison?
Yeah.
Dr. Evil's in prison with Mini-Me and they start like doing a funny walk, thinking it's like how the prisoners walk.
Yeah.
The walk he does is a cross between that and his own power walk. Like it's
Fucking hell. I don't know where to put Vince. I just didn't think about Vince's entrances.
And he says, I think he's in the ring, the coach, and he gets the mic off him and he says, "What up, G?"
Is that around the time where he used the N-word?
No.
Yeah, I think it possibly was later on in the same episode.
Was it? Because I think he does that on a SmackDown. He says that on a SmackDown.
How long was his run as champion? Did he have a good?
Oh God, it was good for you months because he was up against Bobby Lashley when he was going up against Bobby Lashley at the time. So it was a good 2 or 3 months as ECW champion. Hold on, Vince. Hold on. Okay, now
He's spinning in his grave.
Also for Manias, I'm going to put all of John Cena's WrestleMania's entrances in there as well.
The Mobster one in Chicago.
The Mobster one, the one where he rode a yellow car through a bit of glass for some reason.
One where there's about 200 people all doing that. You can't see.
Jesus. The fucking choir that made him feel like he seemed like he was some sort of superhero. But every time he comes out, he does the salute. He's never been in the military. You were in a film called The Marine, and that was it. You were in a film called The Marine. Stop pretending you were actually in the Marines, John.
He's a weird guy, isn't he?
He is. I've watched that Total Bellas. Have you ever watched that?
Yes. Oh my fuck. That's got to be like.
I saw a clip off Wrestle Me on YouTube. They were taking piss out of him.
For talking about his like rules in the house. I saw that and I thought I've got to watch that, and I immediately put it on, and it's fucking mental. Absolutely, he is. John Cena is not all there. I'm telling you. Chris Benoit come in with that lad.
I think it was a work. I do. Total
Yeah.
Bellas was a work. I mean, obviously parts of it are scripted, but I reckon that was a work.
I don't know if he'd do that to himself though, because he'd know that people are gonna watch it, you know, and he'll know that there'll be WWE fans who are gonna watch this and critique him on it. So would he act like a weird man robot?
Like he is very deadpan as well, like outside the ring and stuff. I can see him doing promos for movies and stuff.
Yeah. But I think there's deadpan, and then there's that, you know, like if you're gonna come to my house after 10 o'clock, let me know. So, you know, like after every meal, we've got to go over to the smoking room. Just bizarre stuff, isn't it?
Imagine one of them reality shows like in the 80s with like the British Bulldogs and what they got up to.
Fucking
Good job, and Mr. Perfect and all them men. They were absolute animals, weren't they?
Well, the Dark Side of the Ring live. That's how that'd be called.
Marty Jannetty driving the coach, pissed up with like wrestlers on, kills me.
He's put a post on Facebook today asking for Chris Jericho's number.
Jannetty has.
Yeah, about what he said about him in the Dark Side of the Ring.
There was Daddy Magic off AEW has his own like sort of podcast show thing now, and I'm listening to it, and he was saying that Dark Side of the Ring got in touch with him to play Marty Jannetty. Do you know when they show like the Marty shots?
Yeah,
where
the
dressing room, whatever.
shots, like, yeah.
And he said he was up for it, but he looked and he like conflicting schedule or something.
Oh no, he's started his own YouTube show. He started his own YouTube channel, Daddy Magic now.
Yeah. Well, it's on Twitch, the full thing.
Oh right.
Shows clips of it on there. It's good. It's good. He flips in and out of character on it. It's funny. Who did he have a pop at the other day? Nick Patrick for being a shit mess.
Nick
He had a mic go at Nick Patrick.
Whilst they were setting Collision up or something, he was just sat in the fucking arena just having a go at Nick Patrick.
He called out as well for Forbidden Door. He called out on his Daddy Magic show, Tanahashi.
That's this weekend, isn't it? Forbidden Door. I forgot that was coming up. I'll have to watch that Monday afternoon.
Yeah, I think that'll be really for ace matches, won't it? Like,
yeah, there's like no real storylines coming out of it. It's just going to be fucking brilliant matches. That fucking Will Ospreay versus Omega and Daniel Bryan versus Okada. I mean, come on.
It's always like special when Bryan Danielson wrestles now, isn't it? You
Yeah.
don't like toss him off in like an
No.
angle or whatever. It's just big matches, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not on Dynamite every week now.
Yeah.
No, he's just like,
He's brilliant on commentary, isn't he?
Oh, it's fucking. He's amazing. He is awesome as a heel referee. That stuff with the screwdriver and all, you know, it's absolutely brilliant. And him the other week applauding Ospreay for smashing Omega was just fantastic. I enjoyed that a lot. Niall, have you got a bad one? Give us a bad one, mate.
This is again from WrestleMania 20.
All right.
It's the debut of Ultimo Dragon. By the time he got into the ring, if that were me, I'd be like, do you know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll just stay here, me lad. He trips and falls over his cape, doesn't he?
I was really excited for him to come into WWE as well, but like with the benefit of hindsight, I should have seen everything coming.
I think he was always better in computer games than in real life. You know?
Yeah.
He's one of them where you look at him, you think, I'm just not entertained by you.
Did he have a big entrance and he fell over or something?
It's like there was like a battle royal, or is it an elimination match for the light heavyweight battle royal? There's a battle royal for the light heavyweight championship, and he comes out, and as he coming out, he's got a big cape on, and it just sort of gets underneath his feet, and he just to one side and just fucking right over on his ass. Has to pick himself up really quick, does it again, and then picks himself, and then like sort of runs. It's like Sin Cara's debut one where he missed the fucking trampoline. That one.
Oh, he had a load of stinkers in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
He was shitting, wasn't he? Like, and
Yeah.
like they put all that weird blue lighting around the ring for him, didn't they? Like they did the red stuff for Kane.
Do you remember when he made the referee throw the X's up because he broke his finger?
Broke his finger. Fucking hell, yeah. Alberto Del Rio had a go in, and that was the only time Alberto Del Rio's ever been in the right, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll put Titus in with the falling over of Ultimate Dragon.
That's a whole new thing I was going to say, because I think Royal Rumble entrances are a whole new entity, aren't they? Because I always love it. I laugh my head off when somebody comes charging out, sprinting,
fucking legging it.
Why are you in such a rush to get to the ring? Because you're shit. And B, you just shouldn't be sprinting. Like, who was it who sprinted? Big E sprinted in once. I was like, whoa.
No, lad, come on.
And you can tell though that Vince is at the other side of the curtain telling him, come on, hurry up, shift it.
Come on, run, get out there, go.
That Saudi Royal Rumble, that had loads of funny running. Because usually somewhere that big, they have like a cart that they get on, don't they?
Yeah.
They come down on a buggy, don't they? But at it was massive long ramp, and you had, what was Otis's tag team partner called? Tucker Knight. He come legging out, and I was crying, laughing. Like
Babatunde there as well.
Babatunde, yeah. Who was he?
Dan Master halfway down. Tucker was like, I've got to commit to this now.
William Regal did a notable one at a Rumble once, and he come running out, and he did like it was when he was posh, and he come running out dead fast. Did his like nice courteous wave, like stopped and did that, and then he changed his face back to a villain again and sprinted in.
I actually had a Rumble entrance for one of my best ones, and that was Edge's comeback. That was the last time, or probably the first time as well, that WWE had managed to like keep that so under wraps in the post-internet age.
Yeah. I put Cena's one when he comes back from his injury. And he's 30 as well. I think that one's one of the thing that started off that trend of someone's coming back, but we're not going to tell you who it is. And you know, some years it was shit. Like some years it was Booker T and Kevin Nash.
And number 28, it's Tatanka.
Exactly.
Hurricane's become one of them now, hasn't it?
Exactly. Not
as it was to see him.
No. Sugar Shane Helms is back. Yay.
Do you know what I watched? I saw that the second ever episode of Monday Night Raw was based around Repo Man stealing Macho Man's hat.
Yes, stealing Macho Man's hat. Fucking brilliant angle. Oh, they knew how to write wrestling back then, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was the second ever episode of Raw. And God knows.
I think he had some great entrances, didn't it? SummerSlam 92.
Oh, for special
93.
ones, like, yeah.
No, it's 92, wasn't
92,
it?
yeah. Undertaker.
Down on the bikes.
Yeah, Undertaker.
Lennox Lewis, didn't he?
He did. Bulldog had the Canadian Lennox Lewis. Holding up the Jamaican / Canadian Lennox Lewis. Or not the Union Jack going out. And Undertaker had the Hearst, didn't he, with the did it have the Vulture on it on that one, or is that WrestleMania 9?
No, it didn't have a Vulture on it, I don't think.
Is it not? That's Mania 9 then, yeah. It's Mania 9. I've got R-Truth on my bad list. I fucking hate that song. And he's been peddling that shit for like nearly 30 years now. And I never ever, I can't remember it. Like, you know, once he's done it, you can't remember any of the lyrics at all. Apart
What's
from,
up?
What's up? What's up? That's all you can. What's up? It's like, nah, come on, mate.
Did he still do that when he turned heel? When he, because remember he turned heel once. That he just
the little Jimmy face.
He battered John Morrison and then whipped out a 20 deck of cigs and sparked up.
Yes,
and he turned heel because he started smoking.
Yes, and because the week before he'd been drinking water, and John Morrison was saying like, "Why are you drinking water in a tag match? Is it because you smoke backstage?" and he was trying to like shame him about his smoking. So R-Truth was like, "Oh fuck you then," and he sat on the side and then the tab on Raw because that was in England. That well, the one he smoked was in England.
Did he still come out rapping after that, or did he change his entrance? Did he have
he didn't have music at all. It was to be fair to him. He moved into the good section when he turned heel, and it was all the little Jimmy stuff. Where
he went nuts, didn't he?
He didn't have any music at all. He was just coming out on the mic and just like berating people and talking about little Jimmy and the little Jimmies and stuff like that. It was quite good and quite effective. You know, just take away the rap altogether and him just coming out with a mic and having a go at everybody.
It was just PN News, wasn't it? He was rubbish, wasn't he, in WCW?
Yeah, PN News. And then later on you had the No Limit Soldiers and Master P and stuff like that. That was, No Limit Soldiers. That was it. Yeah. Good God. They were bad. But yeah, Master P was just a big fat guy.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a big lad. And they
you know, a wrestler, if anything, he was just a big fat lad, like.
Well, no, he was supposed to. His gimmick was that he was a rapper and a wrestler, but all he was a big fat lad. He didn't really know any. He didn't really know any moves. And WCW put him in stuff like, "Oh, we're going to put you in a scaffold match." Why are you doing that? What is going on? You know, we're going to put you in a ladder match. It just he didn't work. I think he was only around for like a year or two or something like that. He's in the comic, the WCW comic book that Marvel put out. I know that because I've got every issue. I'm looking through my list here. Oh, Rob Conway.
Bad or good?
Bad with his Randy Newman song. Just look at me, ain't I a sight to see? And he's just got like fishnet trunks on and a fucking a truck driver's hat, and that's his gimmick. Like, just have a look at me, and I'm good. Have a look at me.
I thought that was quite good, me.
It made me laugh, but like when you look at it, like you're like, your gimmick is your entrance. That is all your gimmick is.
Bobby Roode was that, wasn't he?
Yeah. His gimmick was his entrance. Like after when the bell rang, no one gave a shit about you.
Yeah.
Everyone was just laughing at your entrance, and then the bell rang, and they stopped caring about you. It's not
I think there's a good entrance though in modern day. What's he called now? He's in Ring of Honor quite a lot, and he has the boys with him. Oh, what is he called? Dalton Castle.
Oh yeah. He
has a really elaborate entrance, doesn't he?
With the peacocks and everything.
Yeah.
Back in Effie as well. He's another one currently with a big elaborate entrance in it, I think.
Who's that?
Is it Effie?
What's he in?
I think he's on the Indies. But he's a gay wrestler who I know he does a big thing called Effie's Big Gay Brunch, which travels around and like they have a lot of gay wrestlers on it and stuff like that. And but I think he has a big like elaborate fucking streamers and all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've also put Cody Rhodes on the bad list as well because that Vader entrance just. I mean, it's built for WWE but it's got old really quick. That
it's probably on Triple H-esque, isn't it? With the sort of self-glorification, self-gratification.
You know, he's got to come out in the middle and he comes out really slowly and like it's getting to the point. Like I put Jericho's AEW entrance down in the bad list as well because I'm sick of that. The crowd singing along, but for some reason, people have started singing along to Cody's now as well. And I think people are doing it more now. He's gone to WWE as well, so like the WWE fans can have that because that Seth Rollins thing that's becoming the next watch champ. I
watched Raw, an episode of Raw, recently, and Finn Balor was trying to cut a promo, and he just couldn't, and it was like the watch champs. Do you know that Seth Rollins thing? No one listened to what he was saying, but it wasn't because he was shit. They just weren't going to listen regardless what was going on.
No, they just wanted to do that.
Yeah. It was on a par with like what?
Yeah, but it's not at the level of we're going to do this like Fandango because we're having fun and and we're taking over. It's just we're going to do this because we have been programmed now to, as a crowd, do this when Seth Rollins is about, and it's just ruining stuff. Like, like you say, yeah. Have you got any more bad ones now?
No, I'm going to balance out your negativity with some good ones, actually.
All right, go on.
I always enjoyed Fandango's entrance.
Yes.
There was a couple of Alistair Black, his NXT entrances. They were fucking pretty cool.
He's one in AEW.
His ones now are really good, aren't they? As well, I like the House of Black ones too.
Yeah, definitely. Like they've got
he was hampered, I think, in WWE because of his gimmick. It's like, oh, he's the new Undertaker. It's like he's a million miles away from the new Undertaker.
Yeah,
he can never be the new Undertaker because all I hear is his Dutch accent whenever he talks. So I'm not scared of him. Oh, you're good to be scared of me? Hello.
That's what I said.
I'm Alistair Black.
I always hope Vince brought him up to main roster from NXT and put him in a pair of clogs. And had him
Give him a bicycle. Oh, hello, my name is Alistair Black. How are you, everybody? This is my bicycle.
I mean, tap dancing in clogs, acting stoned.
Eating pancakes. Throwing pancakes out to everybody.
Batista, when he came back as well, and he completely fucked up like the timing, when he does the crouch and then does the it's like, no, start again. Goldberg when he concussed himself many times.
I tell you what, I was going to put Goldberg on my good list because when it first started with the whole entrance with the coppers and coming out the door, it was different. You'd not seen anything really like that. The one thing I like about WWE back in the day, especially as well, if it was a big match, you'd get that dun 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 dun, dun music, especially if it was a cage match as well. And sometimes you see him walking backstage. So, like, say it's Brett versus Austin at Mania, you see them both walking towards the entrance way before their entrance starts. That's always really cool.
What, like in the split screen kind of thing?
Yeah. Or then like you see Brett coming out of his back,
Ric Flair did one, didn't he? A massive one where he was in a helicopter.
Yes. Charlotte Flair did it as well at Mania.
Yeah.
Flair's had a few of them. There's when is it? I think it's 1993. WCW's first pay-per-view back. I can't remember the name of it, but it basically starts off at Flair's house. Mean Gene picks him up in a limousine, and the whole pay-per-view. The whole pay-per-view is just Mean Gene and Ric Flair in a car ride to the freaking to the auditorium in between matches. It's amazing. It's like the longest entrance ever.
Big shout out to Shawn Michaels at Mania. Was it Mania 12?
On the zip,
wire, yeah. That's like, I think, probably the most iconic WrestleMania entrance, really. I mean, I'd probably WWE try and say, it's one of Triple H's, one of Senior's, but I'd have to beg to differ on that.
I can't remember what WrestleMania number it was, but it was the triple threat of Austin, Foley, and Michaels when they came down against the League of Nations, I think it was. Like one after another, like Foley's music hits, Michael's music hits, and then the glass shatters, and you're like, fuck yeah. Austin dances about with a New Day, doesn't he? And then, like, I think Stunn's Woods.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fucking waste of them all for that moment, especially with the League of Nations and all the fucking stuff that they did.
It's so lazy, isn't it? You think that they employ probably more writers than EastEnders does, and that's the best they can come up with, a League of Nations. Or get these foreign lads here, talk a bit funny, throw them together, right? Go on.
Yeah, these lot don't like America. Fucking hell, there you go. There's your gimmick. Fuck
I mean, at least the Job Squad were fucking self-aware. Do you know what I mean? What was the one with Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas?
B-Team.
That's it.
The B-Team. Fucking hell.
The Ascension. Do you remember them? The fucking Ascension.
Oh, they were
NXT.
tremendous on NXT.
Exactly, like amazing, like Road Warrior sort of type deal. And you think,
Have
this
you
is gonna be
seen
big.
the gimmick that? Do you know the smaller one from the Ascension? When he was on NXT, before he was on the NXT when it was a game show, right?
Right.
And they gave him, and Vince gave him this gimmick of a rat.
Yeah.
And he acted like a rat, and he was like backstage hunting for cheese and stuff. And when he got eliminated from NXT, he disappeared under the ring.
Fucking hell. Do you remember Tommy Dreamer drinking piss from the toilet?
No.
Yeah, in 2003. Yeah, 2003. So, like the early part, like January, his gimmick was that he was sort of like really down on his luck, and he was like eating food out the rubbish bin. He was drinking toilet water. And it was just the weirdest fucking thing. And you're like, why are you doing this to Tommy Dreamer? What the fuck? Honestly.
There's been a few people who've been given like a tramp gimmick, but haven't they? Baron Corbin somehow ended up becoming skinny recently.
Yeah. Baron Corbin, the Trump. Yeah, that was one. Yeah. Tommy Dreamer, the Trump, though. That was, I'm sure it's 2003. Like January, like maybe late 2020. But he's in the Royal Rumble that year and he whacks. Yeah, it's definitely 2003. He whacks Jericho and Jericho gets a big fucking lump on his head. But it's at that moment in time, he's going through drinks toilet water, eats rubbish from the bins. Fucking.
Does he not know where catering is?
yeah, exactly. Fucking madness. My last bad one, I'm gonna say is Bailey when she was faced with the wacky inflatable arm. Then and that kid.
Yeah, Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy. That was it.
It was good when she slashed him though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, when she turned heel and slashed them all and like fuck off, like stop with the pigtails and all that kind of shit. Yeah, but like for 4 years before that, every week you've got to see these fucking wacky inflatable armor and this cheery Yoshitatsu happy music.
What's your favourite jobber type entrance?
Oh, well, a jobber really,
jogging to the ring.
No, I like the hanging around behind the referee whilst the announcer's too far in front of them for them to actually get a good shot, but the nameplate comes along the bottom of the screen anyway.
What were them lads called in WCW? Tough Tom and Mean Mike.
Oh fuck!
Oh, what were they called now? They were jobbers, and they just both come out and they were heels. They both come out just going, yeah.
There's that high voltage, but they weren't there.
That's it. Is that not them?
Was it not? Like high voltage definitely come out and were like, we've just done a gram of coke, yeah. Like
yeah.
But yeah, all the what the jobber entrance I quite like is they cut to them in the ring and they've not taken off the jacket yet, and they're sort of scrambling a little bit to take the jacket off before the bell rings.
The experienced jobbers have like a fancy way of taking the waistcoat off, don't they?
Oh yeah. There we go. Drop that out.
Slap himself, did he?
Horowitz. Who do you reckon had the better jobbers, WCW or WWF? That's the big question. I think WCW had some really.
The Gambler. Remember the Gambler in WCW?
Yeah.
He was on Thunder. He was just called the Gambler, and he just got beat on Thunder every week.
I remember.
He had the Brooklyn Brawler though.
Yeah, but then they turned Repo Man Barry Dawson into a golfer, an actual golfer, and like he was. I think he called like One Put Dawson or something like that. He had a stupid golfer name, and the WCW at the end as well had that guy, the Maestro, who was an orchestra conductor. That was his gimmick. That's your gimmick. You called the Maestro. You're an orchestra conductor. Off you pop. That was well done, Vince Russo. You've done it. You've
when
done
you
it
mentioned
again,
golfers, that made me think of Kerwin White.
Kerwin White, fucking.
If it ain't white, It ain't right.
Jesus Christ! With Dolph Ziggler as his caddy.
Yeah, that was a
Did
low
you say that
point.
Bray Wyatt was based on him? Or am I thinking of someone else?
No, you're thinking of what was he called? The guy with the little Dan Spidey played him.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, I can't remember his name now. Wayland.
Yeah, that's him. Waylon Mercy.
Waylon Mercy. That's it. Waylon Mercy. Yeah, I think he only had like 3 matches in WWE, and everyone was like,
On entrances, Bray Wyatt. He they've just dropped the ball with him, haven't they?
Well, I don't think the ball was ever fully inflated.
No, they never let him have a
When the Wyatt family first debuted, that entrance was they put some thought into that.
Oh, but it was so slow and plodding, and like it needed to kick in at some point, and everyone stopped the Firefly bit, and it just like kick into a bit of a fucking metal riff or something, just to like break it up a little bit and make it a bit more spooky or something, like it was too slow, and then when it became the Fiend, you're like, what is going on?
How good in WCW was it Jerry Capetta or someone who used to go beep, beep, beep.
Gary Capetta. Capetta.
You did the music and then and you couldn't hear what he was saying.
The most annoying entrance though was obviously Right to Censor.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
They were fucking hilarious though.
Oh, it was piss funny. That and the fucking the siren going off is hilarious shit. Yeah, definitely.
I think like that's where Ivory did her best work.
Yeah. To be fair,
I listened to a podcast with Stevie Richards, a recent one.
Yeah.
That he's doing like an interview, and he seems like he had a lot of interesting stories. Seemed like quite a decent fella, and they were saying that the Right to Censor stuff, he like proper saw that as his chance.
Yeah.
He did really well with it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, fucking A,
he kept on, didn't he?
I've always enjoyed Stevie Richards.
They're coming out in the fucking Mormon suits, and you got Bull Buchanan with his cut-offs.
Val Venus in the full white one. It was yeah.
JBL had a fancy entrance, didn't he, as well, in that big massive white car.
Yeah.
The cow was ruining his music.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, there's been some good ones and there's been some absolute shit-uns as well. To be honest.
Are you going to Wembley, Niall?
I'm not. No, I couldn't get tickets at the time.
Which entrance are you looking forward to seeing most at that? I've never been to a big wrestling show ever. I've only ever seen watch wrestling in Morecambe and Wigan.
I've done Butlins at Blackpool.
Butlins at Skegness as well.
Yeah. Like the weirdest thing is when you go to a big one, there's no commentary. So it's just the odd feeling when the actual match is on. Like you're just with the crowd, which is a bit strange. Can be a bit weird. But
we purposely got tickets opposite what will be the entrance ramp.
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of like underneath you. I think we were chatting about this. Yeah. But I think MJF. I'll be on my feet. Orange Cassidy, and definitely the Acclaimed if they're there as well. Like I'll be buzzing to see them sort of thing. Like definitely. Like,
I reckon there might be some fancy ones at that because that'll be a big.
I'm hoping somewhat like Sting and Goldberg are there as well. Like like
Goldberg against Ryback.
Father and son.
Well, I'd take. Have you not heard about that? Ryback's been going absolutely crackers on social media, lobbying for a match against Goldberg.
Okay, no.
And it's like, oh god, and he keeps like atting Tony Khan. Honestly, he's pumping out 10 tweets an hour about it.
Okay, no. Well,
between tagging Elon Musk saying that WWE have stolen followers off him, and then atting WWE and saying all sorts of stuff.
You want to have a look at some of the stuff Val Venus has been tweeting recently, Jesus.
Oh yes, I know. I'm football player Ricky Lambert as well. He's gone.
Darren Peacock.
Is he gone as well?
Darren Peacock is
Matt
a
Letizia
minister.
and all tin hat stuff.
Darren Peacock's a minister in America.
No, it's Gavin Peacock.
Gavin Peacock. He's a minister in America now, and he's all like fire and brimstone and all sorts of stuff now. Yeah.
Ricky Lambert's doing gone like Letizia. Letizia turned during the pandemic, didn't he?
Yeah.
Strongly anti-vax and then slowly getting more and more mad. Well, Ricky Lambert's gone straight in. Said that he's ready for this new way of life, whatever. And 2 days later, claimed he's seen an alien.
Right.
Seriously.
Okay. So there we go.
It's David Icke all over again.
It is.
Scouse footballer.
Okay.
My mate described it. My friend who likes football and wrestling. He described it as a heel turn. Ricky Lambert's heel turn. and he said it's funny, innit? Like recently, celebrities have been turning heel, haven't they?
Oh yeah, a lot of them have. Definitely. Yeah. I think they've been looking at the political world and thinking, it works for them. We'll do it for myself. I can turn heel a little bit. It's fine.
Phil Schofield, he was long-term booking, wasn't it?
Fucking hell, that was like the higher power. That one, that was. It was me, Holly. It was me all along. Right. On that note, folks. On that salacious note, we'll leave it there. Battle, where can people find you? Well, tell us about Incisions. Where can people find you, mate?
I think if you just type Incisions band into Google, all our things comes up.
Do that, folks. Go and do that. Niall, next month, what do you want to talk about, love? What should we chat about? You know what? I'd like to talk about ECW, but if you've got a better, let's talk about two of the good things, two of the bad things about ECW, the original ECW. But if you've got something else, mate, what do you reckon? Yeah,
let's do that. ECW, a retrospective.
Yes, hell yes. Right, we'll get someone on. I've not got anyone lined up at the minute, but we'll get somebody excellent to come on and chat about
somebody
ECW.
Extreme. You need someone extreme for that.
We'll get someone extreme for that one.
Make sure they're wearing a do-rag.
I'll bring the shopping trolley. Right, nice one. Thank you very much, pal. Nice one.
Thanks for having us.
Nice one, Niall. Take it easy, buddy.
You too. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. See you later, everybody. Bye.
Well, I met this lady and I told her quite a story. Said I love her forevermore. But the trouble is I tell the same old story to every girl that walks through the door. This is the slick start talking at you, honey. Yeah. Well, first they love me and then they don't. Sometimes they do it and sometimes they won't. So I said to this girl, hey, you get out. And she got to her feet and began to shout, you a die so blow, a die so blow. And you're always lying to your friends. You're a die so blow, a die so blow. And you never get nothing in the end. What you talking about, ladies? This is the slickster talking to you. I don't do nothing but tell the truth. Well, they thought this dude might learn a lesson, but I didn't learn a thing at all. While late last night I was out there messing with a lady that was 7 feet tall. Now that was a big woman. So I said, hey baby, spend the night at my house. She said, no way, you jive little man. dancing in the air.